Good evening, Lady Bruins hockey fans. We are at Apex Ice Arena here in Arata, Colorado, where your Lady Bruins will face off tonight against Durango. Lady Bruins will be in the away black and blue jerseys. Durango in the home whites with black trim. We got warm-ups underway, and we'll be back here in a moment for face-off. All right, guys, ready to get things underway here from Apex Ice Arena. All right, Bruins calling off a thrilling 6-5 victory this morning against Steamboat. A little more thrilling than it needed to be, but we'll leave that one to the coaches. Bruins dominated play at times this morning and at times looked disinterested. We'll see if they can put together a solid 45 minutes here tonight. 3 periods of hockey. Zeng, McCormick, Gray. This line was effective this morning with McDonald and Brewer on the back end, and we are ready for puck drop here. Again, Durango in the in the home white jerseys with the black and red trim. Your Bruins in their away black jerseys with the white and blue trim, and we are ready to get things started here. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng plays it ahead to McCormick. McCormick goes into the boards of the player. That's just a collision, but they both get up. Durango able to get the zone. They take it wide. McDonald forces the player wide. Centered out front. Broken up there by Zeng. Picked up now by McDonald. McDonald up ahead to Gray. Gray gets the red line. Tries to play it ahead. Durango intercepts. Plays back into the Bruins zone. Picked up there by Brewer. Bruins will look to start their breakout. Brewer sidesteps one. She's going to skate with it, and for good reason. She's got a little bit of room. Brewer ties up with a player there. Zeng behind the net. Zeng has it taken off her stick, and it's picked up by Durango. Durango looks to play it to the point. McCormick steps up there. McCormick, hard shot up into the netting, saved by the goaltender off the blocker. McCormick jumping up into the play there with a chance and a good rip on net. Better saved by the goaltender, though. Blocker to side up into the netting. We're going to face off here in the Durango zone. 14:03 to go. First period. Gosner, Jennings out there. Tony Zaworski and DeFelice. Tony wearing number 10 tonight. Back to the point. Back to Gosner. Gosner leaves it down low for Tony. Shot goes through the crease out of the reach of DeFelice. And Durango will start it back. Zaworski breaks that up. In the skates of Tony. Now it's played to Gosner. Gosner gets the red line. Sidesteps around a player. Gosner goes across to Tony. Has it on her backhand. Puck's loose at the side of the net and a save by the Durango goaltender. So Tony just needed to be a left-hander there, not a righty. And that's a tap-in goal. Osborne to take the draw out front. Fryer towards the net, steered aside by the goaltender. Osborne, Fryer, and Arnold out there now. Jennings, Gosner. Arnold pushes a player off the puck. Picked up there, Osborne. Work back to the point. Pass Gosner. Breakaway here for Durango. Jennings. Just enough of a stick on it to make it hard on the Durango player. And it's picked up there by Arnold. Arnold with a head of steam. Got Jennings driving to the net. Arnold plays it around behind. Jennings will pick it up there. Jennings leaves it behind. Picked off there by Durango. Back to the point. On the stick of Jones. And breakaway here for Durango. Bruins get caught on a change. Shot off the post. Picked up there, Jennings. Jennings will skate ahead with it. Jennings Up and over the net. Leeser picks it up on the forecheck. Picked off there by Durango. And Durango's come back the other way with speed. Shot in on net on Bozier, and she'll cover. Nice job by the Bruins D, covering, picking up people in front there. Not allowing a clean shot on net. Jones and Wessel out there now will ring out Gray, McCormick, and Zhang. Zhang to take the draw here. Zhang to take the draw. Jones plays it ahead to McCormick. McCormick takes it wide. McCormick spins with it. Puck's loose in the slot. Gray shot. Saved by the goaltender. Nice quick leg pad save there. Played back into the Bruins zone. Jones tries to play it up. Not out though. Held in there by Durango. Jones will pick that up there. Jones up ahead to McCormick. Taking off a stick. Zhang. And out to center. Now up ahead to Gray. Gray with a breakaway here. Gray walks it towards the front. Saved by the goaltender. Wessel pinching from her D spot. Surprising. And played back out to center. Gray picks it up there. Sorry, that's McDonald. McDonald sidesteps through a couple. McDonald shot on net and a save by the goaltender. So some up and down the ice action here to start this game. 10:46 here to go, first period. Bruins will get a full change here. Zaworski, Tony, DeFelice, McDonald, and Brewer. Tony to take the draw. Tony wins the draw for a moment, stolen there by Durango. Durango with the head of steam. McDonald forces the player off the puck. Work back to the top of the slot towards the net. Knocked down by Tony on the way to the net. Never made it to Bozier. Picked up there by DeFelice. DeFelice ahead to Zaworski. Zaworski. Touch pass. Tony to DeFelice. DeFelice tries to throw a shot on net. That's wide. And puck comes out to center. Picked up there by Brewer. Brewer will play it back in. Bruins will touch up here. Played at the side of the net by the Durango goaltender. Brewer steps up there. Plays it in. Picked up there by Zaworski. Zaworski works it back to Brewer. Brewer shot towards the net. And a glove save by the Durango goaltender. Like that face-off offensive zone draw here for the Bruins coming up. Fryer, Arnold, and Osborne over the bench. Brewer and McDonald back there. Osborne to take the draw here. Osborne takes the draw. Picked up there by Fryer. In her skates. Played out to center. McDonald picks it up there. Picked off by Durango. And back up the center. McDonald has it now. McDonald will spin with it. Player loses an edge. McDonald walks the blue line, brings it in. McDonald shot from a sharp angle. Saved by the goaltender. Actually, I'd like the pad pass there. Centered out front. Taken away by Durango. McDonald picks that up now. McDonald will regroup. Plays it ahead. Osborne has her stick lifted. Fryer picks it up. Now Arnold has it. Arnold shot towards the net. Puck's loose in front. And the shot by Osborne goes wide. Played back into the Bruin zone. Osborne plays it back out to center. Picked up there by Durango. Durango tries to walk it out front. Saved by Bozier. Up ahead to Fryer. Fryer plays it into the zone. Picked off there by Durango. Puck goes far side. Arnold's going to win the race to that. Arnold tries to go to Gosler, coming off the bench in the slot. And Durango's able to get possession. Gosler steps up there. Gosler has it down low. Gosler looks out front. Broken up by the goaltender of Durango. Gosler tries to center it again. That's stopped down by the defense. Jennings shot towards the net. Saved by the Durango goaltender. Puck's loose in front. Picked up there by Durango. And it's going to be cleared all the way down. This will go for an icing. 7:38 here to go in period number 1. Bruins with the shot on goal advantage, 9-2 in favor of the Bruins. King, Leeser, Novodorsky. Gosner, Jennings out there for this offensive zone draw. King to take the draw. One there by Durango. Back to the point. Jennings works it across. Gosler towards the net. King throws it towards the front of the net. Puck's loose in front. Dug out by Durango. Out to center. Off the stick of Jennings. Jennings will go back into the offensive zone. Or defensive zone. Jennings picks it up there. Durango able to bring it in though. Shot steered aside by Bozier. And it's picked up there. Near side by Leeser. Leeser plays it in the Durango zone. Icing's waved off there. Bruins will get a change. Novodorsky in on the forecheck. Puck comes back to the point. Held in there by Wessel. Wessel looks out front. Walks it out front. Drops to McCormick. McCormick on her backhand. McCormick works it back to Wessel. Wessel across to Jones. Jones towards the net. Deflected wide by the stick of the defense. Zeng picks it up there. McCormick now. Puck's loose at the side of the net. And Durango will try and clear. That's held in by Wessel. Wessel down low to Gray. Goes back to Wessel. Wessel walks it up high. Shot. Blocked down. Wessel works it behind now. Wessel on her backhand. Tries to work it out front. Steered aside by the goaltender. Zeng picks it up there. And played out by Durango. Durango brings it in the zone. Shot. That's off the stick of Jones. Picked up there by Wessel. Played to the line. Not out. And that's played aside by Wessel. Somebody's going to the box here for Creek. I don't know what that call is. So Wessel's going to go for a hook. I don't know. I thought that's kind of a weak call, but that's just me. McDonald, Brewer out there now. Zaworski and Novodorsky. Zaworski to take the draw, wins it back to Brewer. Up ahead, Novodorsky. Not out. McDonald's got it now over skates. 2-on-1 here. Brewer breaks that up. Shot, a goal. So Bruins have a chance to clear, unable to execute on the clear on the penalty kill. Puck ends up at the back of the net. Even though the Bruins have a 10-4 shot advantage, they trail 1-0 on the scoreboard. Where it matters. Zaworski, DeFelice, Tony. Tony to take the draw. Tony to take the draw. Zaworski plays it ahead. Picked off there by DeFelice. Spins back with it. Leaves there for Zaworski. Zaworski Out front to Brewer. Brewer shot from a sharp angle. Puck's loose in front and saved by the goaltender. Tony to take the draw. Back to the point. Brewer. Brewer rips it down low. DeFelice. Tony tries to pick that off. Tries to get a shot on net. Picked off there by Durango, and they'll come back the other way. Held at the line there by Brewer. Broken up by the stick of McDonald. Back to Zaworski now. Zaworski over skates. Brewer picks it up now. Shot towards the net. Steered aside by Brewer. Zaworski now ahead to Tony. Tony over skates, and Durango's coming back the other way. Shot wide of the net, using the defense as a screen there. DeFelice plays it to the point, held in, and McDonald has it now. McDonald looks to take it wide. McDonald tries to sidestep through a player, broken up there by Durango. Shot towards the net by Fryer. Picked up there. Tony out front. McDonald shot saved by the goaltender. Fryer picks it up there. And it's going to be played all the way down by Durango. This is going to go for an icing, and it will. So 3:40 here to go, first period. Faceoff will come back into the Durango zone. Offensive zone draw here for your Bruins. And we'll bring out Osborne, Fryer, Arnold, Goster, and Jennings. Osborne to take the draw. Stolen there by Arnold. Arnold plays it in deep. Leaves there for Fryer. Fryer tries to play it to the front. Picked off there by Durango. Jennings steps up, holds it in the line. Shot towards the net. Steered aside by the defense of Durango. Puck's loose in front. Controlled there now by Durango. They'll look to start their breakout. Fryer picks it off. Puck's loose in the slot. Jennings steps up. Jennings shot, goal! Jennings activating from the blue line there. Makes it a 1-1 game. As the Bruins finally strike here. Shots on goal 13-4 in favor of the Bruins. King, Leeser, Novodorski. Jones and Wessel out there now. King to take the draw. One there by Durango. They'll play it back into their own zone. Look to start their breakout. Almost turned over there. Leeser almost had a walk-in. And Durango comes back the other way with speed. Leeser plays it ahead. Picked up there by Wessel. Wessel up the far boards. Novodorski ties up with the player. Unable to clear though. Puck's held into the zone. Jones plays it aside to Wessel. Held there by the Durango. Puck's loose in the slot. Wessel picks it up now. Up ahead to Leeser. Leeser leaves for King. King plays it ahead. McCormick off the bench now. In the skates of Novodorski. Novodorski picked off there by Durango. Jones plays it out to center. Up ahead to Gray to Zeng. Zeng walks it in. Zeng to McCormick. Puck's loose in front of the net. Wessel shot towards the net. Zeng tries to dig at it. Zeng Gray pokes it back into the zone. And Durango picks it up here. This 11 for Durango, quite the skater. They enter the zone. Broken up there by McDonald. Up ahead to Zhang. McCormick overskates for a moment. And Gray tries to play it out. Now it's chipped out there by Wessel. Wessel at the end of a shift. Wessel drops to Gray. Gray walks it to the middle. Gray shot just off a defender sticking up over the net. Puck comes out to center. McCormick tries to play it in. Picked off there by Durango. McDonald steps up. McCormick now. McCormick holds the line. And puck comes out to center. Brewer will pick it up there and fire it back in. Bruins needed a change there. Shots on goal 15-5 in favor of the Bruins. Gray plays it down low to Zaworski. Zaworski now. Zaworski tries to walk it out front. Shot steered aside by the goaltender. McDonald. Shot. That's blocked down. McDonald spins with it. McDonald. And that'll do it for one period of play. At the end of one, nothing solved. We are still basically at a 0-0 game as both teams are tied at 1. Nobody with the advantage, but Bruins with a 15-5 shot on goal advantage in the first period. All right, Tony to take the draw. Picked up there by DeFelice, stolen by Durango. Jennings tries to play it across. Zaworski steps up though. Zaworski into the zone. Hops the stick of DeFelice. Jennings steps up now though. Jennings shot. She's knocked down. Back to the point. Picked up there. Zaworski. Zaworski shot. Deflected off a player and Osborne to take the draw. Picked up there by Durango. Played around behind. Arnold chips it around a player. Durango is going to try and clear. Arnold tries to set her out front. Puck's loose in the slot. Osborne back to her forehand. She gets drugged down there. Puck comes back to the point. Wessel steps up now. And Durango comes back the other way. Shot saved by Bozier. And a goal by Durango. And it's 2-1 Durango here early in the second period. King, Novodorski, Leeser. Brewer and McDonald out there now. Durango brings it into the zone. Takes it wide, centers out front. Steered aside by Bozier. Durango centers out front now. Stolen there by Leeser. Played ahead and Novodorski. Novodorski plays back to McDonald. Picked off there by Durango. They'll work it back to their D. They'll go D to D here in their own zone. Now up ahead. Picked off there by Brewer. Brewer inside her own blue line. Brewer plays it off a player's skate. Back into the zone. Brewer tied up there. And up ahead. Brewer now with a head of steam. Brewer walks around a player. Brewer shot towards the net. Steered aside by the goaltender. And Durango comes back the other way. Shot and a save by Bozier. Leeser was the only one back as Bolt D had activated in the play. Zeng, Gray, McCormick. Zeng to take the draw. Played ahead by Zeng. Zeng up ahead to McCormick. McCormick using her wheels there. Spins with it. Drops to Zeng. McCormick spins with it off the boards. Tries to work it back to Zeng in the slot. It's going to go all the way back into the Bruins zone. Gossner back there to pick it up. Gossner leaves there for Zeng. Zeng picks it up now. Zeng in front of her own net. Plays it ahead, just out of the reach of Gray. Icing's waved off on the tip. Gray in on the forecheck. Jennings steps up to hold. And out to center. Gossner picks that up there. Plays it back into the zone. But Gossner did not quite have the red line, so that's going to be an icing. Bring the face-off back into the Bruins zone here. 12:08 to go, second period. Bruins down one. Tony, DeFelice, Zaworski, Jones and Wessel back out there. Tony to take the draw. Shot gloved and held by Bozier. Tony will take the draw again. Shot towards the net. That goes wide. Hard shot there by Durango from the line, though. DeFelice plays it out to center. Picked up there by Durango. Played ahead. Picked off there. Jones off a skate. DeFelice ties up with a player. Jones up ahead now to Zaworski. Zaworski tries to play it ahead to Tony. Wessel steps up. Wessel plays it across. DeFelice. DeFelice shot. Saved by the goaltender. Wessel down low. Nobody up high. We got to get a forward up high. We got 4 down low, 1 up high. Puck's loose at the side of the net. And Durango look to try and break it out now. Tony forces her player off the puck. And Jones plays it back out to center. Durango picks it up there. Picked off there by Zaworski. Zaworski hits the line, 1-on-3. Zaworski sidesteps 2. Zaworski, hard shot just up high and over the net. Zaworski picks up that, and it's taken off her stick as she spins to the middle. Breakaway attempt here for Durango. Shot might have been pestered there by the back check of the Bruins. Puck comes out to center. Picked off there. McDonald, breakaway here for McDonald. McDonald, shot saved by the goaltender. What a save there. McDonald got her to bite. McDonald kicks it out front. And Durango's coming back the other way. Durango along the near boards here. Played into the zone, picked off there by Durango, centered across, out of the reach of Bozier. Puck's loose in front. Arnold picks it up now, plays it off a Durango player's stick and into the Durango zone. The goalie will come out to play it there. Played up ahead. Fryer has it now. Fryer shot up high and over the net. Picked off there. McDonald at the line. McDonald walks it in. McDonald shot. Blocker to side by the goaltender. And back out the center. Gostner. Gostner plays it ahead to King. King tries to play it in deep. King now. Shot towards the net and a save by the goaltender. We're going to offensive zone draw here. 8:50 to go. Second period. Shots on goal 20-11 in favor of the Bruins. Back to the point. Gostner able to hold. Back to the point, held there by Jennings. Jennings tries to backhand it. Held at the line there by Gostner. McCormick walks out front, tries to throw it on net, blocked down by the defense. Work back to the line, Jennings. Jennings had a shot, instead plays it across. It's picked off there by Durango. They got a weak shot on net, and Bozier will hold and cover. Zeng to take the draw. Played ahead. Gray tries to go back. Broke off the skate of the defender. Gray tried to go to Wessel. McCormick works it down low. McCormick now picked off there by Zeng. Zeng works back to Jones. Jones plays it in deep. Gray picks it up there. Gray out front to McCormick. Wessel tries to hold, and Jones will come back there to pick it up. Jones goes to Zeng. Off the stick of Zeng, though. And Durango will throw that in on net. Saved by Bozier. Jones up ahead. Wessel goes ahead to Zeng, picked off there by Durango. Durango's going to come back the other way. Nice body positioning there. Wessel up ahead to Tony. Tony has to take it off her stick. And Durango comes back into the zone. Broken up there by the stick of Jones. Wessel steers it aside. Shot towards the net. And Zaworski let Bozier cover there. 6:43 to go. Face-off won there by the Bruins. Up ahead. Zaworski now. Up ahead. DeFelice. Battle on the boards. McDonald holds there. McDonald battles. DeFelice comes in to support. McDonald walks out with it. McDonald out front. McDonald shot. Rebound. Puck still loose. And we'll get a whistle as a ref had lost sight of it. So McDonald walks it out front. Osborne, Arnold, Leeser come back over the bench here. Brewer and McDonald on the back end. Arnold towards the net. That's sticked aside by the D. Brewer steps up there. Leeser loses an edge. And puck comes out to center, picked up there by McDonald. McDonald tries to play it in the zone. McDonald now picks it off. Leaves it there. Leeser back to McDonald. McDonald plays it in deep. Osborne and Arnold in on the forecheck. And Durango will try and break it back out. Picked off there by Leeser. Leeser tries to center out front. Picked off by Durango, and they'll start back the other way. McDonald intercepts for a moment. Leeser drops to McDonald. Nice pass there. You might spring McDonald for a breakaway. Arnold gets it under forehand. Blocked her side. Back to Osborne. Osborne shot from a sharp angle, saved by the Durango goaltender. Puck's loose at the side of the net now. Osborne tries to play it out front. Arnold. And puck comes out to center. And Durango will come back the other way. Nice job there by McDonald. McDonald plays it ahead. Picked off there by Durango. They're coming back into the Bruins zone. Onside at the line. McDonald plays it back there for Osborne. Osborne. Nice sidestep there by Osborne. Osborne plays it ahead. Back into the Durango zone. Long change period here for both teams. Bruins need to get a quick change now. Played across over the stick of Fryer. Fryer picks it up now. Fryer in the skates of King. Couple players collide there and go down. And Durango plays it right back into the Bruins zone. Brewer, McDonald been out there for a while now. Shot and a goal. Durango goes up 3-1 here. 3:58 to go in the second period. Zhang, McCormick, Gray coming out now. Jennings and Gostner on the back end. Draw one there by the Bruins, by Zhang, up ahead, just out of the reach of McCormick. On the stick of Zhang now. Zhang tries to push it ahead. Gostner tries to hold there. Intercepted by Durango. McCormick now. McCormick walks it in. McCormick sidesteps around one. McCormick shot off the post as the goaltender came out to play it. Bruins that close to making it a 1-goal game here, but McCormick bangs it off the post here with 3:31 to go, second period. Shots on goal 22-16. DeFelice back to the point. Shot towards the net, steered aside by the goaltender. Back to the point. Jennings holds. Jennings down low. Tried to center it out front. Gray tried to go to McCormick. McCormick tries to go back to Gray. Picked off there by Durango. And they'll come back the other way. Number 11 for Durango is a great skater. In case you haven't noticed, knocks the player off the puck. Puck's loose in the slot. Shots blocked down before it makes it to the net. And Bruins will come back the other way. McCormick has Gray with her. McCormick goes across to Gray. Just had her on her backhand though. Nice look there by McCormick to Gray. Bruins unable to capitalize though. Jennings shot. That's blocked down by Durango. Gray has it now. Gray out front. Wessel pinching there. Puck's loose. And now it's going to be played all the way down. Zaworski will go back there to pick it up. Zaworski tries to go up ahead to Wessel. Wessel drops to Tony. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. And up into the netting. This Durango goaltender has been something else this evening. Big save there by the Durango goaltender. Tony to take the draw. In the skates of Zaworski. Tony tries to play it to the line. Now in the slot, Zaworski leaves there. Puck's loose in the slot. Zaworski shot towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. And Durango's going to come back the other way. DeFelice ties up. And puck's played back into the Durango zone. Under 2 minutes here to go in the second. Broken up there for a moment by DeFelice. Durango regains possession though. Zaworski now picks it up. Wessel tries to play it ahead. Jones goes to Wessel. Off the stick of Wessel. Rolls in on Bozier, and Bozier will cover. Minute 16 here to go, second period. Defensive zone draw here for the Bruins. Osborne, Leeser, Arnold out there. Brewer and McDonald. Osborne to take the draw, wins it back. McCormick plays it around. Picked off there by McDonald. McDonald will skate with it. McDonald tries to make the pass across. Fans on that pass. Puck's played back into the Bruins zone. Brewer go down there, center it out front. Puck's loose in the slot. Shot, a save by Bozier. .53 here to go, second period. Face-off will be in the Bruins zone again. To the right of goaltender Bozier. Back to the point. Opposite Bruin player's stick. McDonald has it now. McDonald tries to feed ahead to Leeser, who is leaking out there. Unable to connect on it. Leeser now. Leeser. Up ahead. Arnold has it now. Arnold centers out front. Puck's loose. Off the skate of Leeser. Back to the point. Held there by Brewer. Played back into the zone. McDonald steps up at the line. McDonald shot. Tip attempt by Leeser goes wide. And Durango will play it around behind. Arnold picks it up there. Centered out front. Picked off there by Durango. And they'll come back the other way. 11. She's got some wheels. Takes it wide. Forced wide by Brewer. And that'll do it for 2 periods of play. So at the end of 2, Bruins down 3-1. Shots on goal 24-17 in favor of the Bruins. Although the game feels like it's been slanted quite a bit more, with the Bruins having quite a bit more chances. All right, ready to get the third period underway here from Apex. All right, Bruins need to pick it up here for the third. McCormick steps up, leaves for Zhang. Zhang centers out front, puck's loose in front. Gray just can't get a stick on it. Nice back check there by Jennings to break that up. Jennings plays it ahead to Gray. Gray unable to clear though. Jennings will step up now. Shot on net and saved by Bozier. All right, face-off will be in the Bruins zone here. Tony to take the draw. One there by Durango. They center it out front. Nice job by DeFelice on the backside, picking off that centering attempt. DeFelice gets a red zone. Up ahead to Tony. Tony walks in. Zaworski. Zaworski shot. Saved by the goaltender. Glove down by DeFelice, so it's got to be played by a Durango stick. Jennings towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. DeFelice tries to work it back to the point. That's picked off by Durango, and they'll come back the other way. Zaworski, nice body position there to break that up. Back to the line. Picked off there by Jennings. And Jennings plays it up into the stands. So we'll let the clock wind down and get lined up here. Osborne to take the draw. Wessel plays it around behind. Leeser picks it up there. Puck's worked back to the point. Jones plays it up to the line and out. Durango will play it back into the Bruins zone. Jones will pick it up there. Jones tries to play it ahead for Leeser. Just out of her reach. That's going to go for an icing. Jones, Wessel out there now. Osborne, Arnold, and Leeser. Osborne to take the draw again. Played behind the net, picked up there by Jones. Jones plays it around behind for Arnold. Arnold plays it ahead. Just going to roll in on net. And goaltender will cover, so let's get us an offensive zone draw here. McCormick, Gray, Zing coming over the boards here. McDonald and Brewer with that offensive zone draw coming up. Zing to take the draw. Gray, shot towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. Puck comes out to center. It's going to be picked up there by Brewer. Brewer plays it right back in. Ooh, icing's waved off. I think Bruins cut a break there, as I don't think Brewer had the red line. McCormick steps up now. McCormick bodied off the puck. Zing battles there. Back to the line to Brewer. Brewer throws it towards the net. Brewer works across to Gray. Gray shot. Puck's loose in front. Puck's still loose. And the goaltender covers. As that puck was laying there in the blue paint, nobody able to get a stick on it though. They might have just needed to blow on it to get that one across the line, but they couldn't get a stick on it. We'll get another offensive zone draw here. Tony to take the draw, back to the point. McDonald spins with it. McDonald tries to work it back to the point, picked off there by Durango, and they'll come back the other way. McDonald up ahead to Zaworski. Zaworski hits the line. Zaworski drops to DeFelice. DeFelice fans on the shot attempt. McDonald has it now. McDonald shot towards the net. That goes wide. Zaworski will pick it up. Near side, centers out front. On the stick of DeFelice. And played back out to center. Brewer will pick it up there. Brewer tries to go cross ice to DeFelice. DeFelice ties over the player there. McDonald steps up to break that up, but the Durango picks that off. Shot wide of the net. Picked up there. Brewer now. Brewer up ahead to Zaworski. Played back into the zone by Durango. McDonald has it now. McDonald. She'll play it in deep now. Picked off there by Leeser as Leeser steps up into the play. Leeser centers out front. Puck's loose out front. DeFelice and the goaltender covers. Another chance in front there for the Bruins. Just not able to get a stick on loose pucks right now. Got to keep driving hard to the net here with 10:45 to go, third period. Bruins looking to cut this to a one-goal game. Osborne, Arnold, Leeser out there, Gosler, and Jennings. Osborne to take the draw back to the point. Jennings shot towards the net. Steered aside by the goaltender. Kind of bounced in off the deflection. Bruins need to do a better job taking away the goaltender's eyes and creating some chance opportunities here. Osborne. Leeser ties up with it. Osborne tries to center it out front now. Now she takes it behind. Osborne leaves behind there. Leeser tries to go to Arnold. Back to the point. Jennings. Arnold. Shot. That deflects up high and over the net. Leeser overskates for a moment, and Durango's coming back the other way with it off the stick of Jennings. So she'll come out back and have to play it. Jennings plays it ahead. Trying to catch Durango on a change. Picked up there. Osborne. Osborne walks it to the middle. Osborne. Shot. Off the goaltender's mask. Arnold centers out front, broken up by the stick of the goaltender. Otherwise, that's a layup. McCormick picks it up now. McCormick spins with it, taking off her stick. McCormick ties a player up. Osborne tries to go out front to Arnold. Osborne out front to McCormick, broken up by the defense of Durango. And Gosner steps up there. Puck's played out to center, though. Arnold gets tied up there. Jennings tries to play it across into the zone. Gosner in hard on the forecheck. McCormick holds at the line. McCormick walks it to the middle. McCormick shot That's blocked out on the way to the net. Gray plays back to Zhang. And Jennings will step up there. Able to hold. Zhang has it now. Zhang walks it to the middle. Zhang shot towards the net. Steered aside by the goaltender. There's rebound opportunities there for the Bruins. Somebody's just got to be there to pounce. And out to the line. Held there by Jennings. Ooh, I think that was out. Bruins caught a break there. And Durango plays it back out into the Bruins zone. Jennings will pick it up there. Jennings goes up ahead to Gray. Picked off there. Jennings back ahead to Gray. Gray leaves there for Zhang. And Durango's able to play it up to the line. Mallory. Wessel, back to Jones, back to Wessel. Picked off there by Durango. Jones leaves it behind for Wessel. Wessel now. Picked off there by Durango. Wessel up ahead to McCormick. McCormick up ahead to Gray. Back into the Bruins zone. Jones tries to leave for Gray. A little too hot to handle though. Offsides. McCormick plays it ahead now. Wessel jumps up into the play. And Durango over skates. Tony plays it ahead. Picked off there by Durango. Up ahead to Zaworski. Zaworski now on the stick of DeFelice. DeFelice plays it into the zone. And puck's played out to center. Durango's coming back the other way with some speed. Broken up there. Wessel takes her player into the boards. Wessel picks it up now. Up ahead. On the stick of Tony. Tony gets the blue line. Defenders are changing behind the play. Tony back to Zaworski. Zaworski shot. Gloved and held by the goaltender. It's a good shot there by Zaworski. I like that look. Trying to go under the glove and over the pad with 6:42 to go. Bruins just got to get some traffic in front. Tony to take the draw. Back to the point. McDonald leaves there. Shot wide of the net. Zaworski picks it up. Leaves for Brewer. Brewer tries to go back to Zaworski. Tony played back to the blue line. McDonald. McDonald shot. It goes off a stick wide of the net. DeFelice picks it up there. Tries to center. That doesn't make it to the front of the net. Durango picks it off. Bruins able to hold, though, at the line for a moment. And now it's picked off by McDonald. McDonald's got DeFelice 2-on-1. DeFelice back to McDonald. McDonald just heels it a little bit. Puck's loose in front. Save. And now comes back out the center. Brewer's going to pick it up there. Brewer. Zaworski plays it across. McDonald played ahead. Durango gets the blue line, plays it in the zone, picked up there by Brewer. Under 6 minutes here to go in the third. Brewer up ahead to Tony, just past her stick, towards the front of the net. McDonald picks it up now, picked off there by Durango. Puck rolls in on Bozier, and Bozier's going to hold and cover, settle things down here, so the Bruins can get a change. 5:23 here to go, third period. Face-off will be in the Bruins zone. Bruins with a lot of pressure here in the third, just not able to crack the code on this Durango goaltender. I believe cracking the code is probably up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, and start. Face-off won there by Osborne, played around behind. Over the stick of Goster. Jennings, puck's loose out front. Steered aside by the defense. And Jennings picks it up there. Jennings plays it around behind. Far side to Arnold. To the line, held in there by Durango. They'll walk it to the middle. Picked off there. Kicked ahead. Leeser ties up with the player, and that's going to be whistled down offsides as Durango brought it in just offsides. Didn't get that touch up there. 4:51 here to go. Gostner, Jennings out there. Zing to take the draw. One back there. Gostner to Jennings. Jennings up ahead. Off the skate of McCormick. Gostner now plays it ahead. Picked off there by Durango. They'll try and come back the other way. Jennings picks that off. Played up ahead to Gray. Gray has to take it off her stick. Zing ties the player up. Dump back into the zone. Jennings now. Jennings up ahead to Gray. Springs Gray for a breakaway. Gray walks it in. Shot. And a save by the goaltender. Gray's just got to drop that shoulder there for the shot, get the goaltender to commit and step around her, use that long reach. Try to beat her 5-hole. Good shot, better saved by the goaltender. Zeng to take the draw. Gray shot off the goaltender's mask. Puck's loose in front. McCormick down low to Gray, out front to Zeng. Puck's bouncing around. Controlled now by Durango. McCormick picks it up now. Picked up there by Durango, and they'll look to break it out. Jennings breaks that up, but Durango's there to recover. That's brought in offsides. So that'll be whistled down. We're going to face off outside the zone here. 3:37 to go, third period. Face-off will come just outside the Bruins zone here. Tony to take the draw. One there by Durango. Puck's played ahead. Durango looks to bring it into the zone. Jones ties the player up there. Wessel picks it up now. Plays it ahead. Zaworski comes down the wing. Zaworski out front. Shot saved. Went centered it to Tony. Wessel plays it towards the net, and a save by the goaltender. It's a great centering feed there. Better save by the goaltender. This goaltender for Durango, very athletic. I just kept thinking if I could get her moving side to side, we might score. We got her moving side to side there. See, she'll shut us down. Tony to take the draw. Back to the point. Wessel goes across to Jones. Jones, shot. Stick to side by the goaltender. Puck's loose out front. Now it's played out by Durango. Wessel steps up there. And Wessel trying to make something happen here. Wessel sides through a couple. Shot towards the net by Tony. And Wessel was there looking for the extra whack. I think she thought she had one, but the whistle was blown. Osborne, Leeser, Arnold out there, Jones, and Wessel. Osborne to take the draw here. Osborne plays it back to the point. Osborne ties the player up. Leeser steps up there. Puck's played out by Wessel. Durango tries to play it ahead. Picked off there by Osborne. McDonald off the bench. Picks that up. McDonald up ahead to Osborne. Picked up there. Arnold 2-on-1. Arnold tries to go across to Wessel. Out front. Wessel. Shot blocked down. McDonald shot. That's blocked down. Osborne works it back to McDonald. McDonald shot. That's blocked down. Durango team doing a great job blocking shots on the way to their goaltender. Bruins with their chances. McDonald now plays it ahead to Arnold. Arnold bumped off the puck there. Zeng picks it up now, plays it across to Brewer. Arnold plays it to the line, not out. Shot towards the net, that goes wide. Centered out front. Puck centered through the slot. Shot towards the net, steered aside by Bozier. Durango will pick it up here near boards, leave it around behind. McDonald forces her player off the puck and picks it up there. And McDonald will skate with it now. McDonald gets the blue line. McDonald tries to drag it through a player, picked off there, and played back into the Bruins zone by Durango. Won't go for icing. Brewer picks it up under a minute here to go. Brewer plays it ahead. Up ahead now. Gray has Zeng with her. Gray goes to Zeng. Just goes past the stick of McCormick. And back out the center. Gray plays it ahead to McDonald. McDonald tries to go ahead to Zeng. And back into the Bruins zone here, under 20 seconds to go. Tied up there. McCormick able to play it out to center. McCormick, maybe one last rush. That's broken up there by Durango. And that'll do it. So Bruins run into a hot goaltender tonight. Not without their chances, but Bruins couldn't capitalize. We'll see what we can do tomorrow morning. We'll be back on air tomorrow, 11:30 Mountain Standard Time at Edge Ice Arena, as the Bruins will face off again.